I haven't seen the movie. Oh my God, I probably haven't seen that movie since the late 80s, you know? I remember did I see it in the movie theaters? No, I think somebody bought it. Somebody in my family bought that movie. That was actually considered a good movie, you know? And, we had it on VHS. So, the usual life of a VHS tape. It lasted like a year. Then it was all screwed up from being rewound, So I haven't seen it basically since, 89 or 90.
Who'd they have? They had Michael Keaton. Remember that? And he was all sweaty in the locker room with just a towel around him wearing the bat mask. And he got in the face of Val Kilmer and he was like, "That's right, Iceman. I am dangerous." And then Val said, clicked his teeth together, and then they all played volleyball.
Here's another one somebody sent me. Search gay Top Gun. If you guys ever seen the movie Top Gun and you've seen Tarantino go on his rant that it's actually a homoerotic movie, and I got to go with Tarantino on that one.
When they were playing volleyball, Aquaman didn't come out of the ocean, did he? You know what I mean? Looking at Batman being like, "Take my breath away, do-do-do." Kelly McGillis gets in her invisible jet. I can't believe the names I remember from that movie. I saw that movie a bunch of times. That was one that I owned on VHS. Right? I was in high school, and everybody went and wanted to get a Ninja motorcycle and fly F-16s, inverted. We all thought we were going to do that. There's every once in a while like a movie comes out, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do that, right? And then what happens? You know what happens? Geometry, Algebra 2 and trig, all of that happens. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, I think I was going to fly jets. Is that what I thought was going to happen? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to be a salesman.
Okay, sunglasses. There's some really some weird ones this week. People like, this guy says, "Hey, Bill, I need my listeners send in like questions and shit, and I read it just to let you know. Billiam, I need to ask you a very important question. My wife makes fun of my choice of sunglasses. She thinks they're not hip enough. I told her I was wearing brown-tinted sunburst aviators since college before the whole aviator hype. Is there aviator hype? I don't remember.
Top Gun came out.
Yeah, I was going to say, back then, those people who...
in 1980s.
Yeah, who wanted to be like Tom Cruise. My neighbor when I was growing up, any movie that Tom Cruise was in, he got into that, like whatever it was, like Top Gun. He joined like the fucking
No.
He joined like the Air Force Reserves.
No.
He alligator armed it. He joined that, and then eventually he moved out to L.A. Finally, well, why don't I just be a fucking actor? So I don't have to actually join the fucking Air Force.
That's funny.
Don't know whatever happened to him. So anyway, aviator glasses, which were the Tom Cruise fan / date rapist.
Big Trouble in Little China. I love that movie. Big Trouble in Little China. I love that movie. Big Trouble in Little China. I fucking love that movie. And Kurt Russell there, when he had the lipstick on, he was biting into that sandwich. It was fucking hilarious. How the does Big Trouble in Little China end up in the magical thing? I remember there was like the guy they were trying to kill. He was a little magical. But other than that, it was Kurt Russell eating a sandwich driving a truck, if I remember. All right, my favorite thing is when he delivers that line and then bites into that sandwich. Big Trouble in Little China is great. All right, Dark Star, dude. Dark Star, 1974. Goofy-ass sci-fi comedy by John Carpenter, who would go on to do other goofy classics like Big Trouble in Little China. Great fucking movie. 1986, fucking hysterical. That's got what's-his-face in it? Kurt Russell. All right, Loot Crate, everybody. Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
I always forget, did I see Judas Priest at Providence or Worcester? It was my first concert. I can't remember. I think I saw him in Worcester. Like heavy metal parking lot. If you've never seen that, it's incredible.
Hell yeah!
Ready to rock.
We love you! We want to f*** your brains out!
Then they did a follow-up to it that I ended up seeing. And the follow-up was funny because there's a guy in the first one that he's dressed in this animal print thing. And he's just being how we all were back then.
Heavy metal rules. All that punk shit sucks. It doesn't belong in this world. It belongs on f***ing Mars, man.
They were asking him about music, and he's like, what do you, he's just being a kid. And at one point they asked him, what do you think of Madonna? He's like, man, I f*** Madonna. He goes, she's a dick.
And Madonna can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. She's a dick.
So years later, they tried to find the people that were in that documentary, which I got to tell you was a really important documentary, even though it's... Yeah, am I catching a cold? But anyways, they caught up with the kid that said Madonna was a dick, and you could see he was a dad at that point. He was a responsible adult, and he was kind of like... He looked like he wasn't comfortable talking about it, which was like, I get it, but then it's also like, dude, like, I'm not judging you. Like, I would have wanted to be friends with you, like, back then. Like, you were the man. I wish I could have pulled off that animal print spandex shit. I wanted to dress that way. I didn't have the nerve. Old Billy Redhead coming down there just trying to fit in. I don't know how the I ended up talking about that.
And we watched Back to School. And you look at Roddy, that guy cannot stand still. The whole time he's sitting there in like Back to School. His point of view, and Sam Kinnison's walking up the stairs to come to him. You see him sitting. If you look at his left leg, he has like restless leg syndrome. Just one of the greatest comedians of all time. And just watching Back to School was so, like, his movies, they don't even make sense. Like, they basically, like with scripts, how it works is, you know, technically is the first 10 pages in, you're supposed to have that moment. It's like, all right, this is what we need to do. This is what we have to accomplish. Act 1's supposed to end somewhere around 25, 30 pages. Act 2 about 60 pages in, and then you wrap it up with Act 3. All right? And you're done 90, 100 pages. Dude, Back to School, that one doesn't get going. It's like all fat joke. He runs like a big and tall. The whole thing is just fat jokes for 18 minutes before they get into where the hell they want to be. But we had a great time. I highly recommend watching Back to School, just as far as just like jokes you could just never do. You know, if you ever did jokes like that. Are they advocating a 60-year-old guy going out with an 18-year-old? I mean, what are we watching here? So we watched Easy Money. Easy Money, they don't get through the first 10 pages until 40 minutes into the movie. Easy Money. I had not seen Easy Money in so long, and Taylor Negron and Joe Pesci is hilarious in it. It's just all jokes about what a degenerate he is for 40 minutes, and it's hilarious, and somehow the movie still works.